No one is here yet. That's to be expected. Let's just, do you know what? I've got to do something first before I do anything else. One person's here, good stuff. I've got to remove them stickers off my door. One of the kids put them there and they're bugging the hell out of me. Do excuse me. We have a unicorn burger, a heart, and a mermaid. Not really fitting all stuff. Chris Hughes, I'm here. Thank you. Hobbygit talking 3D printing while with Kyle, but I'm here, dude. There you go. And Rivets and Dakar, Bad Moon Bill. Wow, wicked. Oh, 9 of you already. Superb. I literally, this is completely unprepared, which is why it's probably a lot of you surprised to see me. Carl Reiki, Steve-O, Brack de Warboss, good morning, sir. Geez, there are cobwebs on my monitor and a thick layer of dust over everything. It's like I've stumbled into some dusty archive or tomb or something. But here we are. I am live. Basically, I was sitting downstairs just literally a minute ago watching Cobra Kai. Awesome series. It's just recently come to Netflix. It's been on other streaming services before. I don't know what it was, but it's damn good. But that's not why I'm here. And I just thought, I was thinking, like I've been thinking for a long time now, I need to do a video. And something's been stopping me doing it. And I'm just sitting down there watching a couple of episodes in. I'm like, Steve-O, get off your ass, go upstairs, get on the computer, fire up the camera, and just do something. Anything. It doesn't matter what. Just turn the camera on and start talking and get the ball rolling, or else you're never going to fucking get back into it and do it. So here I am. But I've had to have some kind of topic, something interesting to talk about. So yeah, what I'm going to be doing live on camera is on my phone on Battlescribe. I am going to input my list that I'm still painting up, and I'm still pretty much at exactly the same point. Just got to finish off a Shooter Boy squad and finish off a Tank Buster squad, and then my army is done. I'm still at that exact same point. I haven't done any hobby for a long time, guys. I'm going to be real with you. I've done fuck all hobby related, and there are multiple reasons for that. For the reason I discussed on my last live video, which a lot of you watched and I got great feedback for. Thank you very much, guys. Where I talked about my sort of personal demons and stuff and went over that. That's one reason. Other reason, I'm off furlough. I'm back at work. Work has been mental, like so mental. I went from being at home all day, out of work, to being back at work, and my God, I've had to hit the ground running. It has been mental. It's been exhausting, long hours, it's been a grind. So that was a shock to my system. I've also recently got back into kickboxing, so I've been doing that. So that's been taking up like one evening a week doing that, but that's been great to get back into, and I think it's really helping me just feel better within myself. And it's not, it's just part of the thing. So I've been doing that, and you're just life, everything. And I haven't had much energy, and I've wanted to. Whoa, jeez, Kyle, blimey, I haven't even done anything yet, man. Thank you. Paint those two characters, you weedy git. Thank you, mate. Well, you say paint those two characters, but there's one I've got to paint before that, isn't there, surely? And that's me, isn't it? Surely you want me to do that one first? So yes, surely I've got to do my own character first, surely. So yeah, I was thinking, Shooter Boys, they're really nearly done. My Shooter Boy squad, they're so nearly done. They've had all the shading and everything, and Hobbygit, although it doesn't come with a monetary incentive there, I do agree with you. That has got to be the first thing on my list, is to finish my army. And it's so close, man. It is so close. My Shooter Boys literally just need the base is done and the edge highlighting, and that's it. They're done. The tank busters need a little bit more. They need a bit of tidying up, then the shading, and then onto the highlights. So they're a good portion of the way there, but it's really not a lot of work. Well, I say that the tank busters will take a while, but it's really not a work. Once them shooter boys are done, then I know it's literally one squad and the army's done. So I've got to. That's got to be my first priority. It does have to be. But yes, certainly my war boss character, he will. I'll probably try and Kyle. I'll probably try and do him sort of during that process. I think maybe if I finish my shooter boy squad, he will be a nice palette cleanser from like a, you know, what are they? I can't remember what it's called now, but you know, like regiment painting, like a squad painting. Then I can do the shooter boys, have a nice reward myself from that by painting my awesome looking character, and then get onto the tank busters. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, I thought about getting them shooter boys out and doing a bit of painting, but I thought, oh, I'm still tired. I'm still drained. I've got a big day ahead of me at work again tomorrow, another long shift. But batch painting is the term, says modeling for advantage. And I know that, mate. I know that, but that's how long it's been. I've just been completely out of the hobby. I've barely even watched any hobby videos or anything. I've watched a couple here and there. But I've just been, yeah, if I've had any free time, I've been doing anything for myself. I've been watching a little bit of telly, and I've been playing with my new toy, my Nintendo Switch Lite. So I got one of them a little while back, and yeah, that's drawn me in a lot of time. So I've been playing a bit of Zelda on that. So I've been loving that. But yeah, no, I want to get back into it. I did do something hobby related. I got Rivets and Dakar. Wow, thank you, my man. Thank you. Jeez. Cool. Jeez, what an awesome community. Wow. I was not expecting any of this tonight. Blimey. But yeah, wow. Thank you, man. Thank you. Oh, geez. So yeah, obviously people are pleased to see me back. I guess that's community is like no brakes on the support train. Get back to work, you get. Yeah, I can see that. Wow. So yeah, I was gonna, like I say, do a bit of painting on my shooter boys, but yeah, still couldn't quite get myself. And I thought, well, and hobby get. Oh, thank you, my man. See, there's the monetary incentive now. So now I've yeah, got to finish my list now, and got to finish the list. It not only is that going to benefit me massively, and then I can't wait to do a big reveal of the whole painted army on the channels. It's going to benefit the channel, but it's going to benefit all the War Bosses channels, because it means that we're gonna meet up, we're gonna do bat reps, we're gonna do stuff, and you know, so it's just gonna, from that will cascade lots more good shit. But yeah, so yeah, I thought, well, I've got I've had my first game of ninth. I had my first game of ninth, and Nav's hobby corner. Well, you're kind of a big deal in the community, we've been told. Yeah, someone, I don't know, someone put that rumor about, didn't they? I don't know if there's any truth in it. What was I saying? Yeah, the only thing hobby related I have done recently is had my first game of ninth. I had a combat patrol game against Reroll Joe, and it was essentially just a practice game for me and him. Both of our first ever game of ninth. So we had to go on that, and lots of fun was had. It was a good game, and I got absolutely trounced. I got battered. I'm trying to remember what I fought against now. Ravenwing. Dark Angels Ravenwing, which he usually plays Deathwing, but he totally flipped the script and came up with a completely different list. He had what was it? Nasty bikers, but like Dark Angel special bikers that all have plasma. So yeah, what did I have? I had some shooter boys, some grots, a killer can, a weird boy. No, I had 3 killer cans. Yeah, 3 killer cans, some shooter boys, some grots, and a weird boy. I think that was my list. He got first turn and obliterated my cans, like just I got a little bit of offence in. I took out a few of his bits and that, but nothing major. Yeah, and he battered me. He absolutely battered me. Oh, I had some mega knobs in there as well. I had a unit of 3 or 4 mega knobs in there, I think. The weird boy jumped them across. They didn't make their charge, and then in the next turn they promptly got shot up and finished off in combat. So yeah, it's one of them games where just nothing went in my favour really. I think if I'd got first turn, if the mega knobs had made that charge, the game would have gone very differently. It was just luck of the draw. It happens, but it didn't really matter because it was more just a practice game to just get our heads around ninth and the changes and stuff. And I still feel like I still don't really know ninth yet. I still feel like I need to play a couple more games and games closer together so I can really just drum it into this thick skull of mine, because I kind of learn by doing. I have read through the rule book a bit, but yeah, I need to. But yeah, I'm looking forward to more games of ninth, and I'm looking forward to more games of Combat Patrol because I love Combat Patrol. I even got the I'm not going to dig it out, it's buried down there, but I even got the board, the Combat Patrol board that GW sell, the one that comes in the box, and it's like sort of a fold out thing. It's good. I like it. It's really handy in the. I've got a lot of gaming mats, like the typical mouse mat style game mats, which are beautiful. And I love them for like larger games. But for Combat Patrol, I thought that'd just be really good, and it's great because it's so much more portable than a big roll of a mat. You can flip that in, you can put it in your case with your stuff, and it just stacks there with your books, so you can easily carry it around and that. And it was nice to play a shorter game where we could have the luxury of taking our time, checking up on rules and stuff. I said to him, if we play a big game, that'll take us a long time anyway. And then if we're having to stop and read up on loads of rules when it's our first ever game of ninth, we know we're going to we'll just be into the early hours of the morning. And so at least if we play a smaller game, we've got the luxury of time to stop and start more and check the rules. So it worked out quite well. So I would say modeling for advantage says you mean the overpriced Kill Team board. Yes, exactly that, mate. Although it's double the size of the Kill Team board, but it's quite nice. It comes in 2 halves, so you can have one half and play Kill Team on it, or you can put them together to play Combat Patrol. But it also flips over, and then you've got 2 different side mats, and they're not. I thought they were exactly the same. And if you just put in 2 boards the same together, but they're not. There's actually slight variations in them and that. But yeah, it's Games Workshop. Of course, it's overpriced. That kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? But Modeling for Advantage also says, big fan of smaller games myself. Bugger games just tame too long. So enthusiast and spoil the experience for me. I agree. I like a bigger game occasionally. If I'm playing a bigger game, I want to be really down with the rule set, and I want my opponent to be really down with the rule set as well. So the time that you're playing the game is spent playing the game, not having to stop and check on loads of rules and things. So I think while you're learning the game, guys, I would highly recommend Combat Patrol. The games can be short; they can be over within an hour, so you can have a couple of games if you want and really sort of get used to playing it. But yeah, it's I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Like I say, I got absolutely battered, like royally. But it was fun. It was a good learning experience, and Geordie says, mate, do an unboxing. Yeah, I might. I've been thinking actually for one of my sort of videos, getting back into it. I might do a little review of the board, and share my thoughts on it. I mean, I don't know what there really is to say about it. Really, I mean, it'll be fairly obvious. And what I would say on it is yeah, it's overpriced. It's GW, but it does have some pros and cons to it, like being the type of board it is compared to another one. But yeah, for portability, do you know what? I'll stop talking about it now. I'll do a little review video on it. It might be a good little one to sort of set me off in. I do have a review of another gaming mat that I got sent, a full-sized mat, a new size mat for the new size games as well. So I've got one of them to review, and I've got some other stuff to review as well. So yeah, I expect to be doing a fair few reviews when I sort of start into the channel again. So I'm hoping all being well, finding myself the time and everything, all being well, over the next couple of weeks to start getting some videos out to you guys and getting some review videos out. And I'll start off with some sort of fairly short length, just, you know, review videos and that, and sort of dip my toe back into it, and yeah, slowly get back into it. But my time at the moment is incredibly limited, guys. It really is far more limited than it was before. And I've just got a lot more going on my end than I had before. And so as life is slowly returning to normal, I'm slowly adjusting back to it all. And just, you know, I haven't been able to stop and catch a breath lately. It has been mad. So yeah, these aren't excuses, guys. You know, this is genuine. You've got to have some sort of balance in life as well. And you can spread yourself too thin. And unfortunately, with the channel and the hobby and stuff, it would have just been too much. And unfortunately, it's always going to be the thing that gives way to the more important things of putting food on the table and getting, you know, stuff sorted. But yeah, I've been missing you guys a lot. I've been missing you guys a lot. But did you all check out the War Boss? We've still been doing that. The War Boss channel still goes strong. So no matter, and I think all four of us, and Dim's in it, I'm sure he can vouch for this. All four of us are deeply, deeply committed to that channel and the show. And it's been a bit of a journey for all four of us, actually. A little bit of a rocky start, and the confidence between us, and, you know, just sharing a channel is very different from doing your own channel. You've all got your own sort of ideas of what you think the channel should be, what you want it to be, different personalities and stuff, trying to sync us all with times so we can all get on at the same time and do the show and figure out, you know, who's doing the editing. It's Dim. Dim always does the editing because he's bloody good at it, and no one else wants to do it. But yeah, it's been really good. It's been a really satisfying experience and a collaborative experience. Our last video did really well, and so anyone here who hasn't seen it, go and check out the last War Bosses of the Apocalypse video. We did it talking about converting orcs and conversions and kit bashes and stuff. And yeah, it was a really interesting topic, actually. And we stayed on target. We stayed on target primarily, mostly. The next one's a big Q&A, so we're looking forward to that. I've been looking, they've had some great questions. The green one's in here. Hey, buddy, welcome back online. Nice to see you again, Steve-O. Nice to see you back around, Green One. Not seen you around for a while. Good to see you, buddy. Rivets and Daka, working again is a double-edged sword. More loot, but no time to build it. That is true. Carl Rieke, I am trying to get something to you guys before you record the next one. Should be able to ship it in the next 2 to 3 days. Oh, interesting. Very interesting, mate. Well, if it does arrive before we film the next one, mate, we can always save it for the episode after that. We do tend to, usually, if we can, we try to film them a fair bit in advance. So one, it gives Dim a lot of chance for editing, and two, we get a higher viewership if we've had more time to promote it and premiere it. Like before, the longer it's up before it actually goes live, obviously the more people will be aware of it, unlike this video where I've just literally gone, fuck it, I'm going to go online and do that. Brack de Warboss says, I need to think about a question or two. You do. Everyone in here, please, after this live video, go over to that War Bosses of the Apocalypse video and pop your questions in there. You can aim the questions at one of us, all four of us, or you know, or any combination between. And they can be any questions you like. I know Scar said on the video, make them hobby related, but they don't necessarily have to be hobby related. If you ask a question that we don't want to answer, then we just won't answer it. So, but there's no harm in you asking the questions. Throw some questions up there if they're entertaining or interesting or funny or any of the above. Then yeah, we are likely to answer them, and I'm sure we'll have some fun with it. And I'm sure some of the questions you got on there to all four of us, we'll all have very different answers from each other, because we've got a lot in common, but we also differ on a great many things. So it'll be an interesting one. But why am I here now? So Like I said, I want to update my list. So let's do it. You haven't updated your data in a while. You should update your data regularly from Manage Data to get the latest data files. Would you like to update your later data now? Well, I suppose I better, hadn't I? There you go. That shows how long it's been since I've been on Battlescribe. So, and I've got to try and remember what my list is now as well. The hobby get understatement there, Steve-O, as in we differ on some things, yeah. But we all love orcs. Well, 3 of us do. 1 of us loves grots. So let's do this. So select catalog. Anyone who doesn't have Battlescribe, I'm sure most of you in here have got Battlescribe if you play. Battlescribe's awesome. It's free. It's awesome. So it's a battalion detachment. And that's that. Our roster already exists with that name. Do you want to replace it? Yeah, I'll replace it. Okay, so first of all, the clan culture. That's not changing. Bad Moons, always. Bad Moons for life, baby. That's that. Detachment CP. Yeah, if you like. Stratagems. None of them yet. Force orc slot. No, that's the run herd. Okay, so there we go. We are off to the races. So, what do I have in the HQ for my list? So this will be a bit of a reveal. This will be a bit of a reveal for some of you. This is basically me revealing my 1.5k list. But what I want to see is how many points it is in 9th. Because in 5th, I don't know how many points it was in 5th. In 8th edition, it was 1,500 points, or like just about. I can't remember if it was a few points over or a few points under. It was around the 1,500 point mark, though. So yeah, we're going to see what it is in 9th edition. So what do I have in my list? I have a big mech in mega armor as one of my HQs. I have a war boss. Try over what I actually have in my actual list, because I've got some stuff painted. Should I just throw all my painted stuff in there? Should I do that? Because I can't. I'm trying to remember exactly, because I've got 4 HQs fully painted, but I don't think I had 4 HQs in my list. I think I had 2 HQs. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, I'm going to throw them all in and just see what happens. Because with Battlescribe updating, I lost all my old lists as well, so I can't even look back at my old lists. I know what the miniatures are, but I can't remember. I'm pretty sure in my list I just had a Weird Boy and the Deathkiller Wartrike. But I'm going to throw in my War Boss and my Big Mech in Mega Arm as well. So this won't truly be my 1,500 point list updated. This will just literally be throwing everything I've got painted in it and just seeing what it throws back at me. And we'll work from there. So I've got my War Boss, Big Mech in Mega Armor. I've got my Weird Boy and Deathkiller Wartrike. Boom. There we go. So 4 HQs. I'll refine them in a minute, the war gear wise. Or shall I do that now? No, fuck it. Let's do it now. So the Big Mech in Mega Armor, well, I would definitely give him the Cleverest Boss stratagem, because why wouldn't you? I won't give him the Grot Oiler. The reason for that is because I don't think I've got the Grot Oiler painted up yet. I'm fairly sure I haven't. So I will just give him the Cleverest Boss, no Grot Oiler. His weapon is the Combi Scorcher, upgraded to if I'm making the Warlord, the Shiny Gubbins is upgraded to the Gobshot Blunderbuss. May take either Custom Forceful Teleport Blaster. I've given him the Teleport Blaster because that is by far not the smart choice to take, but it looks cool on him, so that's why I did it. There you go. So he is the Warlord. That's his stuff. Yep. So that's him done. Death Killer Wartrike, there's no war gear options to speak of. The Weird Boy, he is just going to be a weird boy with the jump, of course, because of course he's a weird boy. You've got to have the jump. The War Boss. The War Boss. I've got several War Bosses, so I'm trying to think of which one is the actual painted one. The painted War Boss has also a Combi Scorcher and he's got an attack squig, which is free anyway. The biggest boss, it would be, I'm just going to tick that for now. He hasn't got any shiny gubbins. His stabby arm, he's got the big chopper. And that's him. So there you go. That's my HQ. So already that's put me at 410 points just for the HQ. Then we're on to troops. I have 2 squads of 10 grots and 1 squad of 10 boys. They are shooter boys. And Battle Scribe automatically throws 10 slugger boys at you. So I need to change. So I've got in the squad, I've got 8 shooter boys, 1 shooter boy with a big shooter, and 1 boss knob. Got to get rid of those slugger boys. The boss knob has got a combi rocket. In that, that's that. Oh, and I do have one in there with tank buster bombs as well. I've got one actually with a tank buster bomb model on it. So I need to add 1 tank buster bomb in there, which are free anyway, but there you go. So there we go. So that's my troops filled out. My troop only comes to 195 points. Elites. What have I got in the elite section? I have just tank busters, but a big ass squad of tank busters. It is. It's got a boss knob in there. It's got bomb squigs. I have 6 bomb squigs and 15 tank busters. So that's 14 tank busters plus the boss knob, all with rocket launchers. Boom, done. That is 315 points for that one squad. Fucking hell. Fast attack. I don't believe I've got any fast attack in my list. I don't. I have most of these things in my collection, but they're either half built or built and not painted, but none of them have got paint on, none of my fast attack. Heavy support. This is where the big part of my list comes in. Heavy support, because I've got a lot. I have 1 big gun from Legends, 4 mech guns. I've got 3 Death Dreads and 6 killer cans. So let's do the working on these. So the big guns, what have I got? Big guns, a cannon, 23 points. That's that, simples. Death Dread mob, snap, crackle, and pop. All 3 of them armed differently. So we have snap, crackle, and pop. So snap, he is the one with the 2 big shooters and the 2 claws. Crackle, no, hang on. Snap doesn't have 2 big shooters, and he's got 1 big shooter and 3 claws. Well, 2 claws and a saw. Who else hates the fact that you can't have more than 2 claws? You can only have, if you've got all close quarters, the other 2 have to be saws. It's not because I don't have anything against the saws. Actually, the saws are quite a nice option to have, a cheaper option. I just don't like them having different weapons. I prefer just that you have all swords or all claws. I always get a bit confused when you've got multiple melee weapons. I don't know, if something's got a power claw and a big chopper, you know what the stats are. So like 1 attack would be on the power claw and the other attack would be on the big chopper. And what do you do with the other attacks? You can just choose either. It's a bit odd to me. I don't know. I just find it a bit confusing. It's not really that confusing. It just niggles me. So yeah, snap. He's got 3 claws / saws and a big shooter. Crackle has 2 scorchers and 2 claws. Crackle, because he sets things on fire and it crackles. And then pop. usually because his own weapons go pop and hurt him because he has 1 claw and 3 custom mega blasters. And he is my highly converted one of the 3. Boom. That's snap, crackle, and pop done. They come to... Well, clearly not that. Ah, there you go. 315 points. I was going to say it's 95 points. I'm like, oh, I don't think so. Killer Cans. Got 6 of the bastards. I haven't given them individual names. They're just called the 6-pack. So I'm going to 6 of them. 3 have got big shooters and 3 have got rockets, and they've all just got can claws. I've never really actually tried any of the other Killer Can close combat weapons. Has anyone else ever tried them, and what do they think of them? I've never really given them much consideration, really. I hear that some of them are quite viable options, actually. Oh, I love how rocket launchers are now only 10 points. Oh, it's so good. So there we go. 3 cans with rocket launcher and 3 with big shooter. Custom job. They do have a custom job. Damn straight they do. They got the sparkly bits. So you got Killer Cans hitting on a 3+. Oh, fuck yes. Yes, please. I had that in my last game against Joe. I was looking forward to doing that, and they got blown up first turn before they got to move. It was my fault. I deployed them front and center, right at the front. Stupid of me. I didn't realize how devastating his bikes would be, though, with all that plasma. So we're on to the Met guns. I have 4 Met guns, all with custom mega cannons, all the expensive options. Putting them on now. Custom mega cannons. Doom, doom, doom. A 4th one. I'm literally throwing this together because I would probably split some of these things, and I don't know. I'm just basically throwing it on for points. I don't know what I'd do with detachments wise. And actually, have I got I've got 1 too many selections from heavy support, so I would, by the look of this list, I would have to get and 1 too many selections from HQ. So looks like and the boss knob has 1 too many selections from knob arm 2 apparently. So let's sort out knob arm 2, shall we? I didn't realize I'd done that. Oh yeah, he's got a chopper. Let's take it off. None, because he can't have a chopper because he's holding a combi rocket, which is a 2-handed weapon. There we go. Whoa, already. I say already, although I think I might be done actually. I am done. So this illegal list at the moment, because it doesn't fit into that detachment, is 1,833 points. And I do believe that in my 1,500 point list, I didn't have the big gun, and I didn't have 2 of those HQ choices. So if I was to take them out, it's still gone up. I'm looking at it now. So if I took out the Big Mech and the War Boss, that is 210 points. 233. So I've added 233 points worth of stuff there. But so yeah, so my list didn't actually go up by very much actually. Looking at this, my list only went up by about 100 points from 8th to 9th, which isn't bad at all actually, because a lot of stuff went up in points, like big time. I mean, the grots for one, we don't really like to talk about that too much, but yeah, tank busters stayed at the same cost effectively, so that helped. But I know Death Dreads and Killer Cans all went up. Don't know what happened with Met guns. Don't know if they went up or not. But yeah, there you go. So very soon, once I've finished that Shooter Boys mob and the tank busters, I am looking at a 1,833 point list. So yeah, very near 2,000 points. So there you go, guys. That is my list updated for 9th. I better save this, isn't I? There we go. So there it is, 90 power level. Highly illegal. I'll have to fuck about with it and figure out what's the most optimal way to do it. But yeah, like I say, so it says, Carl Reeking, Steve-O, run a battalion and have all the dreads in one unit of 3. They spread out when the game begins. Oh yeah, that's what I've done, buddy. Yeah, the dreads are in one unit. It's because I've got I've got 4 there is a battalion detachment on there, but I've got 4 heavy support choices, the mob of 3 Death Dreads, the mob of 6 Killer Cans, the unit of 4 Met Guns, and then the 1 big gun. So I would probably just lose the big gun, to be honest. I just threw it in there because it's one of the things I've got painted. I'd probably lose the big gun, and actually I'd probably lose the War Boss as well, because the War Boss won't really serve a purpose in this list, because it's not a mob of boys list. I've only got 1 mob of boys. I haven't got any knobs or mega knobs or anything like that in it. It's a dread mob, so actually a War Boss, he isn't really going to serve much of a purpose. So look, actually, let's take him out, leaving me with Weird Boy, Death Killer Wartrike, and the Big Mech in Mega Armor. And then let's also take out the big gun, remove that, and that brings my list. And is it now legal? It's a legal list now. It is a legal list, and that is actually very close to what my original list was anyway. And that is 1,720 points. Ooh. So maybe I can play around with that a bit. I think actually if I change, let's go into the Death Dreads, because I've got some Dread Claws here. If I change some of these to Dread Saws, which is what I usually do, then that should change that one, change that one, and change that one. That brings it to a very tidy 1,700 points dead on. So we could, I mean, I don't know what the other guys' lists have changed to. So maybe that's something. Maybe there you go, guys. Maybe Scar, Dread, Dim. Maybe you get your lists that you had written out for 8th, work out the new points for them, and see what your points come to. And hopefully, if your lists come to 1,700 points as well, then there you go. We can do 1,700 point games. So yeah, that ain't bad actually. So basically, and that is almost spot on what my list was anyway. I think the only addition that I've added to it that wasn't there before is the Big Mech in Mega Armor. I'm pretty sure he wasn't in the list, or he might have been. I think maybe he was. Maybe he was always in the list. Hard to remember. But there you go, 1,700 points dead on. It's not an optimal build. The Big Mech in Mega Armor is really kind of don't know what to do with him, because he kind of needs to be in a transport to be effective at all, because he's a very shooty but close range shooty, and he's really slow because he's in Mega Armor. He doesn't have the custom force field, so there's not much point in babysitting stuff. Yes, he can repair things, but he can't offer protection to them and stuff, so he's not really got any buffing abilities. He's literally just a sort of tanky, shooty, close range shooty thing. So usually I stick him in a truck, like accompanied with like 10 tank busters or something, and he can, when the wind's blowing in the right direction, he gets in the right position, he can unleash hell from his guns. A potential 21 shots by himself. He spits out a fuckload of Dakar, and it is glorious to behold when it works. But yeah, tactically speaking and points wise, I mean, he comes to 120 points on his own. He's pretty pricey, but he's just fun. He looks cool as well. That's why I did him. Let's have a look what we've got here. So Smexian, Steve-O, is there any weight to a Battle Wagon Bonebreaker list? I would say yes. I don't know technically, mate, in like competitively, if it's like an ultra meta list or whatever, it'd be a fun list for sure. Loading up like a load of battle wagon bone breakers and just filling them with like boys and knobs and mega knobs and stuff. Making it like a goth list or an evil sons list actually would be very cool for that. That'd be fun as hell. Just ram at the board, death roller and everything, shit spilling out everywhere. It'd be cool. Yeah, and I think vehicles have had a bit of a buff in ninth. I think vehicles are a bit more hench now. They've got some nice like rules and things. They can still, you know, if you've coming up against a list that has sort of anti-vehicular weaponry, you can still have a real hard time of it, but it'd be fun. Metropolis got a knob with 2 kill saws in my 80+ boys blob. Nice. Rivets and Dakar, more mega knobs. Yeah, that they're built, they're undercoated. I've got a squad of 10 mega knobs, which I'm looking forward to adding to this list in the future. And then after that, I want to get my Gorkanaut painted up. I want to add my Gorkanaut to the list. So it'd probably be, once I've got this lot done, it'll either be my Gorkanaut or my mega knobs adding to the list. But they would be probably the 2 next squads. It's a proper like stompy, shooty list. It's cool. It's awesome. Hobby get 500 grots is 1,000,000 points. yeah, I think yeah, I think your maths is about right there, buddy. Carl Reiki, who said to use the GW program? Battle Scribe for the win. I mean, I haven't really looked into the GW app, but it's I know it's like a paid for thing, at least if you want any proper use out of it. But yeah, I haven't really, since they sort of announced it and stuff and it was coming out, and I think the launch of it was a little lackluster, wasn't it? I don't think it had everything it said it was going to have at launch. I think it'll probably be something that's really good once it's sort of rolling and stuff. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really looked into it. Battle Scribe's cool. Battle Scribe's cool. I do have a couple of little technical issues and things with Battle Scribe every now and again, but for what it is and how free it is, and yeah, it's great. Although I hate it, like Battle Scribe, if you print out a list, Battle Scribe, they're just so fucking unreadable. They're so undigestible. I hate the way, like, if someone comes and they've got a list printed out from Battle Scribe, I'm like, oh, it's so ugly. It's just nasty. I always prefer typing out my own lists and having them presented nice, and they've just got lots of like irrelevant information, and I don't know. I've never liked that. I look at the lists, and even if people like do the thing where they share their list and they send it to me, reading it, I'm just like, oh, it's such hard. I'm like, oh, I can't be fucked to read it. It's just like this big ream of text, and it's shit. But yeah, it's just sometimes I like things to be sort of broken into sections, more digestible. You know, I don't know. It's a niggle. It's a free fucking app that's really good at what it does. But I never print them out anyway or do it. I just have it saved on my phone now, and when I have my phone with me when I'm doing battles and things. Carl Reiki says, right now the lists that are showing up are Gaz plus lots of boys, buggies plus battle wagons, and of course mans, missiles plus boys plus deep striking dreads. Yeah, my list basically. Yeah, mega armored knobs, missiles, boys, deep striking. Yeah, yeah, my list is essentially just artillery, stompy death dreads and cans. Yeah, that's essentially my list really. And rockets. It's just, yeah, lots and lots of heavy firepower. Yeah, basically just my tactics are just punish the enemy with volley after volley of high damage, high strength weaponry, and then teleport the death dreads in, jump in, the tank busters or whatever, cause carnage close range. And that's like the 1-2 punch really. It's Dakar, 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 stomp, 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 and yeah, shooter boys and grots run around grabbing objectives. And yeah, that's pretty much my tactics. So there you go. I've given off all my game plan. But yeah, it's not the most finessed of strategies or lists. But it's an orc list. I'm not building a pansy list here. It's just simple thinking, you know. Big stompy robots. What more do you want? Carl Ricky, no, the gun wagon has the periscope built-in ability. If it stays still, it can fire its main gun twice. Yes, it can. Yeah, I'm building mine as a gun wagon. I was anyway. I don't even know where it is. It's literally buried under a load of stuff somewhere. But yeah, I'm building the gun wagon. It's Bad Moon. It's got. I mean, I like a death roller as much as the next orc, but I'm all about the Dakar, baby. Big cannons and that. You young'uns and your fancy apps. I'm sticking to XL. XL, geez, mate. I was usually pen and paper, and Word. If I did do it on a computer, I'd do it on Word. Carl Reiki, custom job of the Boomer. So you technically get 4d6 strength 8 -2 d2 shots out of it, and if you get the freebooter passive trigger, it hits on 4s. Very nice. G the Hype Sabian, what's XL? Sounds like a shaving cream brand. It does actually, doesn't it? Koriki, combine that boomer wagon with 3 dreads with 4 custom mega blasters and the +1 to hit stratagem. You drop them in, have the first one target a low HP threat, hit on 4s. Rivets and Dakar. More Dakar and rivets, like I said. Yes, for sure. Kariki, kill and trigger the passive, giving the other 2 hitting on 3s and spread the strength 8 love everywhere. Kariki again says using commandos and mega knobs for objective grabbing. I love using my mega knobs for catching objectives. They are quite difficult to shift. I mean, there are certain units that can make short work of them, but if you position them right against the right kind of enemy, they can be real thorny. 2+ save, 3 wounds can be difficult for a lot of units to shift. With the amount of Dakar out there now and high strength Dakar and volume of shots and stuff, there are like some armies and some units that can make short work of mega knobs, but it's about using them against the right stuff and in the right situation. And I think they're great at holding objectives because once you've transported them somewhere or you've jumped them somewhere or teleported them, they can be left out of the fight. I've had many games where people will literally choose, rather than tackle the mega knobs, they'll just leave them. They'll just move everything away from them, and then the mega knobs are just stuck out in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, I get a lot of results from a mega knobs actually from shooting as well, because they're custom shooters spitting out 4 shots each. Most of my mega knobs have got that. My unit of 10, I think I've got mostly custom shooters with a sprinkling of rockets thrown in there for good measure. But I pop off a few good rockets out of them. But yeah, it's good. Brack the Warboss says, I need a shave. I'm getting hippie hair. We'll look forward to your next video then, buddy. You'll see the hippie hair going. Carl Ricky, it's really it's a really strong list that acts like snipers. The boomer wipes units clean, but the dreads acts as a sniper unit. If they don't spread their force out right, you just break it apart. Yeah, nothing can ruin an opponent's party than a triple Death Dread deep strike. I love doing that. It's just awesome. It's that's won me some games. That has my last big game I had in 8th against Tau. It was the Death Dreads that really delivered the killing blow. It was fairly even up to that point. We were my Dakar and his Dakar. We were causing heavy losses on both sides, but it was fairly even. And then yeah, once them 3 Death Dreads teleported in and just split off in 3 different directions, it caused carnage, and it was beautiful to behold. It was so good. It's lovely when your list, when your game plan literally works as you, and that's like one of them games where it just went the way I envisioned it in my head, like the whole way I built the list, what I wanted it to do, how I wanted it to work. Everything just worked, and even though certain things in the game didn't go my way, overall the battle plan just worked beautifully, and it was satisfying. Lupus says, "Thump that button, you gits." Yes, I don't know what button he's talking about. I imagine it's the subscribe button or the like button, or both. Not the join button, because I don't have one of those yet. I still haven't decided whether I want to do that yet, the join. I think it's a cool feature that they have on YouTube now, where you can effectively have memberships. It's the same as patrons. But I've had Patreon going for such a long time, and Patreon served me really well for this channel. It's funded, Patreon has really funded the computer, the webcam, the light, the microphone, some of the products that I review, and stuff like that. And it's worked, and it continues to work really well for me. So the reason I haven't really gone into the join thing, other than the amount of work it's going to take to do it, because if I do that, I want to do it properly. It would mean, do I run them simultaneously? Then I have some people who are patrons and some people who are members. Yeah, I don't know. I think if something's not broken, why fix it? And also, I'm pretty sure YouTube take a bit of a bigger cut than Patreon do. I'm not 100% on that. I think they take a bit of a bigger cut out of it than Patreon do. I'm not sure though. Patreon's done me good. Brack the Warboss says Patreon rocks. Yeah, Patreon does rock. Patreon is awesome. Most of the channel money is from Patreon rather than like YouTube advertising. I mean, I don't go crazy with adverts. Literally just one at the beginning and one at the end. I don't like to spam adverts because it ruins people's viewing pleasure. I think I think one or two videos I've done that are really long, like long videos, like I'm talking really long ones, I've put like one ad in the middle maybe, and I think I've only ever done that once actually. I think it was on an episode of Bald Knobs. That was the one that was like 3.5 hours long, I think, and we put like one ad on it, and we thought, well, that was fair enough because it was like nearly a 4-hour video. I'm sure people won't mind one little ad halfway through that. But yeah, Rivets and Daka going to look into Patreon later. Yeah, do it, man, do it. It's good. You can kind of set it up and then forget about it and just pop the link in your thing. You can pop the Patreon link at the end of your videos, and it can just be there, and then you can mention it here and there. I'd always advise anyone YouTuber don't ever like beg for the money, don't ever like push too much, make good content, make enjoyable content that people like, and people will do it out of the generosity of their own heart. They will think to do it themselves. You don't need to really push, just keep making good content that people want to watch, and then people will donate. And yeah, and if you get Kyle to become a fan of your channel, he'll keep you funded single-handedly, but he will pressure the hell out of you to paint stuff and build stuff. Yeah, he's but yeah, that's something I've got to crack on with, for sure. So do you know what? I'll tell you what would get me painting again. Actually, I'm going to call out Scar. Scar, I know you're busy too, man. But next time you're doing one of your hobby hangouts, mate, I would love to be a guest on your show again, because I know I'll hobby at the same time. Hobby hangout ones, they're great for me because I can actually, that'll be a good thing to get me started doing some hobby. I don't really like to hobby doing live videos myself because I just get nothing done. I either ignore you guys and I'm just concentrating on the painting, and that would make for a really fucking boring video, guys. Or I chat to you and I talk about what I'm talking about, and then nothing gets done hobby wise. So it's but if I'm a guest on Scar's channel or someone else's channel, like a hobby hangout, and I'm hobbying a bit, I can sort of concentrate on that and respond and chat and stuff, and it works out quite well. Big Mech Dan Skull, what did you say? Evening all, just popping in, say hi. I'll check the video out properly at a later date. Good stuff, man. And where the hell's your beard gone? I've only seen your thumbnails as I've been scrolling through YouTube, and I thought, what happened to Dan? Where's his beard gone? You've like de-aged like 10 to 20 years, but it's unsettling. I can't get used to it, man. I think you suit a good beard. It's part of your character. I don't know. I miss the beard, man. I think you need to. I don't know if it's a temporary thing, or you just had a little tidy up and you're gonna let it grow out again. But you suit a beard. Dan Skull. You suit a beard. Sean Hope, but it's more fun to just hang out and get nothing done. That's true. That's true. But I really need to get some things done. So I think the best way, and actually, a lot of the time I got a lot of painting done was, even if I wasn't on Scar's hobby hangouts, was when he did the hobby hangouts, I would get a lot of painting done, listening along. And lore videos, and I like painting, listening to lore videos, and I like painting, listening to audio books. I've got Audible on my phone, and so I listen to a lot of audio books, and they can be really inspirational actually when you come in, when you're doing the painting and stuff. So yeah, that can be really cool. And G the Hypersapien, Dread doesn't have dreads. Dan's lost his beard. The planet's gone nuts. For sure, totally. Yeah, everything's gone topsy-turvy and back to front. Drivers and Dakar, true, Sean. I should be editing. Steve-O always interrupts my editing. You can't say I always interrupt your editing, man. This is the first bloody video I've done for God knows how long. Sure, sponsored by Audible. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah, not sponsored by Audible, unless they want to sponsor me. You know? But yeah, no, because again, I like books. I used to read, not loads, but I used to read. I've got a fair few like Black Library novels and things that I used to like reading, but I just don't get the time now. But when I do listen to books is when I'm painting, or sometimes like driving to work and back, I'm listening to like audio books in the car. Sometimes I was listening to music, but sometimes I'm not in the mood for music. I'm just not like in a music mood of like for any genre or anything, and I prefer to listen to books. So I listen to like a lot of like audio books when I'm driving about and stuff. Corey, Dread's lost his dreads. Steve-O's going to grow a long flowing locks of hair. I'm not sure I am. As you can see where the stubble is. I've kind of lost that ability. And if I did grow long flowing locks of hair, it would only be on certain parts of my head, and it really wouldn't be a good look. Whoa, yeah. Hobbygit, you can borrow mine. Yeah, imagine if Hobbygit came at us with like a buzz cut or something. Oh, that would be creepy. That would be creepy. He'd come at us looking like an ultramarine captain or something. Like, oh, no. Lupus says, best time to read when you're on the crapper. Good reads then. Yeah. Yeah, I usually watch YouTube videos actually while I'm on the crapper, or listen to an audiobook actually. Listen to something like. Do you, Carl Ricky? Do you really want to challenge me with this one? Who's challenging Kyle? Is it me? Oh yeah, no, I'm not challenging you on hair growing or anything, man. No. No. You can put any challenge out there you like. I'm not going to be growing my hair long. It's not going to happen. Hobbygit there. He had to get in there. He says, take a Black Library book into the crapper and save on toilet paper. Oh, a controversial view. Not one I agree with. But yeah, there you go. Sean Hope, he's going to remain a bald knob. Yes, I will. Whether I like it or not. My ability to grow hair is a thing of really G says, what's toilet paper? Oh, this conversation's taken a dark turn, isn't it? Really dark side of the moon. I didn't think we'd been going that long, but we're just about to break an hour. I won't. Oh, the Hobbygit says a dark, crusty turd. Oh, so uncouth. Kyle, I don't know. We could figure out something. Donate hair to charity after duration. Rewards of minis? Question mark. Well, they have the what's it called? The October? Is it no? Is it November? There's a month, isn't there, where you men like stop shaving. I did that. Was it November? I think it's in November it happens. I did I did it a couple of years ago. Where I work, we finished work over December, and I think I started in November. I just stopped shaving. Yeah, Movember. There you go. Bracken almost says Movember. Yeah, so that's where you stop shaving for a month. But I just carried it on through December, and I think I carried it off into January, and I had full on beard going on, and yeah, it got like, you know, I said I was like aiming to look like a wizard by the end of it. I didn't quite get to like wizard length, but it was more hobo tramp look. So yeah, I had to get rid of that, and it was and you get like bits of food and shit stuck. It's not. Yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, and it gets itchy for a while. I don't know. Yeah, but it was yeah, something to do. But yeah, Movember. So yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe some people could do Movember. Maybe grow a big ass beard. But yeah, I don't know what my missus would think of that. I don't know if she'd like that. I don't know. I think as well, growing the facial hair sometimes it's a way I can't do it on my head, so I thought, well, at least I could do it on my face. But Sean Hope says I've been doing Movember for 2 years now. Well, that's it. You start it off, and then you're like, fuck it, I like it, I'll keep it. Wizard 6 Plus. Yeah, I could change the name of the channel, couldn't I? Wizard 6 Plus. That's got quite a nice ring to it, actually, isn't it? Perhaps we will talk after this. Maybe organise some sort of giveaway. Yeah, I don't know if we will talk after this, Carl, because I'm not sure if I do want to actually grow my facial hair or my hair or anything. I think, yeah. Yeah, no, I think possibly maybe one of the other war bosses will be in for it though. Maybe I reckon Dread will be up for it. Dread's up for anything, isn't he? Dread's up for anything. Brack the war boss. I've been doing Movember for 30 years. Blimey, is you can't have done. That would have meant your hair just stopped growing. Because you'd have been like full on, like down to the ground, like you know. The Pale Orc. So, what's the update to your list? No more Gretchen. I know you missed it, man. We did it. You've obviously come in late. I did it earlier in the video. Threw it all on the thing. No, I haven't changed my list at all. Again, my list hasn't been done for competitive reasons. You know, it's been done. It's a theme. So no, the grots stay. I can see like at 5 points a grot now. Grot's not really getting much use in competitive games, but they're in my list. They're staying in my list. I love grots. Grots could have cost the same points as orcs, and I would have still kept them in the list because I love grots. They're characterful, awesome miniatures. I love them. They fit the theme of my army. Yeah, awesome. Hobby gets saying shush. Yeah, we don't want to use right. Shush. Let's not talk about the 5 point grots. Let's just never speak of it again. We'll wait till the codex comes out and they drop to 4 points. There you go. That's my prediction. That is my prediction. And Hobby gets saying 5 fucking points. Yeah, that is my prediction on 9th edition Orc Codex. You've heard it here first. I call it now. Grots are going to be 4 points. I really do. Hobbygate, I'm going to make you a moderator, mate. I don't know why you weren't already a moderator. You've got to be a moderator. And Kyle Reiki as well, of course. I'll make you a moderator too, buddy. But yeah, there we go, guys. I think that's it. I don't think I'm going to carry on any longer because this isn't Dreadwire Gaming. So I'm not going to waffle on and just keep on banging on. I've covered the topic. We veered off it a bit. We ended up talking about toilets and beards for most of it. So yeah. Hobby says, oof. Sorry, Dredge. Sorry, I just winded in there. He gives as good as he gets. Shut through the heart, says Hobby. Always good to hear that you're just banging on. And Hobbit says, and you're to blame. What do you mean I'm to blame? I'm not the blame. I get a blame for fucking everything I do. I look forward to Dread's next video, man. See, Dread hasn't made a video in a long time either. Maybe me fucking giving him some stick there is going to be just the little spur on he needs. He's just, I know he's like, you go when you fish, you reel him in. He's a good one. He's Dread. You always hook him in. He always takes the bait. Pale Orc says, "Hope you're doing better anyway, man. I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm getting there, and yeah, it's good to be doing. Good to come and do this. I've got to just really now. I'll be honest with you. I've got to just man up and fucking find the time, plan the time, and get videos made. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think I'm going to be putting out the amount of content I used to for the foreseeable future. But I will, you heard it here first, you will see another video from me in a few days, and I will, try and keep a steady stream of content coming out. It might be a little bit less than it used to be, but I will get content out because look, I've got patrons. They're paying for content that I haven't been delivering, and I know I explained the situation, and everyone was supportive, and everyone was encouraging and said take time out and everything, and that's good. And I will continue to take some time out, but not all the time out. I've got to do a little bit of hobby, a little bit of channel, and keep the channel ticking along and keep stuff doing, because there are things coming up, and we've fucking hell, we've got October coming up, haven't we? Yeah, we've got October coming up, and who knows what that's going to bring. We already know that Cromlech have got a big old haul of stuff coming. I'm sure a lot of the other third-party companies have as well, and I'm sure GW will do something. Maybe, probably not, but they'll probably throw an article on the Warhammer community and just throw in a token paragraph or two talking about orcs. We'll see. Look, if we get anything from GW at October, it could be a bonus, won't it? It'll be, oh, they're actually doing something. I don't think anyone's going to be like building up the hype wagon going, what is GW going to bring to us? Because I don't think any of us are expecting anything. You never know, though. Hobbygit says it'll be a great October, except at GWHQ. Yeah, they'll just be watching third companies capitalize on their negligence. So if they're happy to sit by and watch other people claim the money, then so be it. But yeah, Cromlech, I think Cromlech are going to spoil us this year. I really do. Yeah, Cromlech. Yeah, Jonathan Stewart says really excited for Cromlech's October releases. Screw G-dubs. Yeah, Cromlech are going to come at us with some big shit, lots of shit, and there is going to be no way I can afford barely any of it. But yeah, I think I should start saving any pennies I'm getting now ready for it, though, because I know last year we had the was it last year? It was last year, wasn't it? We had the Tiger tank and all that, and limited edition that was expensive, and I just didn't have the money for it. I think I got some of the Orc buildings, which are really cool, like Tabletop Scenics and that. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff coming up. Slev's here, just about to catch you in. Slev, we're about to go soon, buddy. But thank you for joining. It says, good. Give in to your anger. Oh, geez, he is turning me to the dark side, isn't he? Gee, the hypothetical, I was born in October. Wow. Yeah, same here. My birthday's in October. 2nd of October is my birthday, so it's a good time for me. So sometimes I get some money for my birthday, which works out quite well because then I can buy lots of October goodness. Hobby Git says, read Kyle's comment. This year I'll be releasing the biggest orc model ever. Well, there you go. You've heard it here. Have you heard it here first? I've heard it here first. I read it here first. But yeah, there you go. The biggest orc model ever. Probably again, because I think, Carl, I think you've already released the biggest orc model ever, haven't you? But this will be your biggest. So this will be another. Yeah. So wow. Get ready for that, guys. That is sure to be big. So I imagine you would need a lot of pennies to get this model. I think I've seen sneak peeks of this as well because Kyle shares some stuff. Now I won't spoil anything here, but he shared some work in progress shots with me. I can confirm, fucking huge. Like, yeah, might need a forklift to bring it to the gaming table, but yeah, I think it would be more a piece of furniture than a miniature. It would be like just to sort of go in the corner of your gaming room or something. Kyle Riki says, a meter tall mech is good, right? Well, yeah, of course it is. Stupid question. But yeah, Pale Orc says data sheet. Yeah, that would be cool. Some special rules to go with it. It would need some, because whatever rules are in the GW thing, ain't going to do that thing justice. Yeah, so some cool rules to go along with that would be awesome. But guys, listen, we're on about an hour and just over an hour and 10 minutes now. But yeah, there you go. So my list is now 1,700 points in 9th. I look forward to hearing what Dim, Scars, and Dread's lists are. It'll be really interesting to see, for them to convert the points over to 9th and see what they come up at. So yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe with a bit of shifting around and that, we could do like 1,750 point this or something. We got us now sort of work the lists and see, get them the same points and do that. The Pale Orc Dread wants to use it as a stomper next to his truck. Yeah, his truck. Yeah, make a good skateboard for that thing, probably. Brack Warboss says, great chat, Steve. Look after yourself. Thank you. You too, Brack, and you too, the rest of you gits. Thank you very much. All you guys that donated this show, like, mwah, mwah, thank you so much. Completely unexpected, completely unnecessary as well, but gratefully received nonetheless. Guys, stay tuned, because coming up over the next couple of weeks is some reviews of some gaming mats, some third-party special orc-related stuff, and some chats about sort of October and various things. Lots of good shit coming on this channel and the War Boss channel. So don't make, if you, some of you gits who are subscribed to me still aren't subscribed to my other channel, the War Boss channel. So get your asses over there, subscribe to that channel, because we need more subscribers. Because that, honestly, if I do say so myself, it's a fucking awesome channel. It's a fucking awesome show with 4 awesome war bosses. But anyway, people, good night. Thank you very much. This is 6+ Stevo signing out.